Tonight, a new development regarding a player who has been charged with hazing teammates on the Aggie men's basketball team. Target 7's John Cardinelli is here with how he found out about this.
Yeah, that's right, Doug. This is DeShondre Washington. He's been in the spotlight as a national junior college champion and now in it again as he's been criminally charged for hazing and named in a civil case. But before all of that, we discovered a criminal history. 13 felony charges and 27 years in jail is what DeShondre Washington can face if convicted of crimes related to hazing other teammates on the NMSU men's basketball team.
Safety's got to matter, and the law's got to matter.
Jolene Youngers represents Kyle Feet and two other John Does in a civil case who allege they were hazed at NMSU. In the suit Youngers filed, it states Washington was seen with guns in the locker room and on buses. He would tell players about his history with guns, including some legal problems.
It's illegal to have guns on a college campus in NMSU.
It's also illegal for a felon to possess a gun. Target 7 has discovered Washington pled guilty to a fourth-degree felony firearms charge for aggravated unlawful use of a weapon in Illinois in 2020 when he was 19. He was put on 12 months probation and had to serve 30 hours of community service.
I had heard that there may have been such a charge. We did not have any firm paperwork to back it up, and therefore we didn't include it as an allegation in the lawsuit.
While on probation, Washington was playing junior college basketball at Northwest Florida State College. That's where he met Coach Greg Heiar and won an NJCAA national title. Heiar won Coach of the Year and landed the job at NMSU, bringing Washington along with him.
What are we doing here when we're recruiting basketball players?
Youngers provided Target 7 with these documents that show Washington was expected to receive $5,000 a month in his name, image, and likeness deal. In her case, allegations were made that some NMSU players were using NIL money to buy guns.
Was he one of the players alleged to have used NIL money to buy guns?
That is my understanding based on information I've been provided to date.
But are there rules against a felon competing in the NCAA?
There are no rules on the books that says if you've been convicted of a felony or accused of a felony, that you cannot participate in college sports.
Dr. B. David Ridpath is a professor of sports business at Ohio University and is an NCAA rules expert. He says it's up to the institution to decide if they want someone with a criminal past to play.
Sometimes it backfires. Sometimes the school has not done a good enough background check, which, in this day and age is probably pretty tough to not do because of the mass amount of information.
And Washington is going to be arraigned next Wednesday for his criminal case. For Target 7, I'm John Cardinelli.
Washington is just one of 3 players who have been criminally charged. Each face more than 20 years in prison. And of course, stay with KOAT for updates on this on air and online.